My oldest two kids are attending a school in remote Alaska, and I'm going to fill you guys in on how it's going. They have a total of 16 kids in this school. Every kid has their own laptop. It is a very much self-paced, do as you can. Now, they do have goals, like, hey, here's where you need to be at, and they have, like, weekly set points of, even monthly, of here's where you need to be at. The older kids can self-pace a lot better. Mine are in the elementary grades, and so we as parents are helping them keep up with, here's where you need to be at. But if you get to that point and you want to go on more, you can definitely go ahead, like, further on. But they each just have sections they have to get through. Now, majority of their work is done on the computer, which is, I was a little skeptical in the beginning because we were very much paper and pen homeschoolers. The computer, though, has been fine. I get that every kid in there, they need to, there's no way that the teacher can teach 16 kids at one time. So the computer is perfect for that environment. But they do tons of activities outside of the computer. So you have to do your daily lesson, and then as a class, you do this whole activity. And depending on what grade you're in will depend on how detailed your activity will be. The little kids might be coloring in this or that. My kids are at the stage of, sure, you can color it in, but we need you to write down all the states and their capital in it. The older kids, okay, I need you to dig deeper than the state and the capital is. I need to know even more about the state and the judicial system, or, all, like, it just is like steps for them. And I love it, because that way the kids, everyone's in the classroom together, in their two separate classrooms. I'm talking elementary, because that's what I can speak on. They're all together from, I don't know, kindergarten to 6th grade, 5th grade, and they're all working together. Like, I know with my kids being new, they actually didn't know much about the computers, and they didn't know much about how to work computers. So the older 5th graders were helping mine figure it out. Of course, they picked it up so fast. But yeah, it's been good. Like, that's the learning style. We love it. Definitely self-paced. And then we can help where as needed. They have had some homework, not a ton. Love that too. And they do a lot outside. If you've seen my videos, you've seen blueberry picking. You've seen that they have gone on hikes, and they have identified poisonous and plants, like plants, edible and non-edible plants that you can eat. Like, they're definitely learning a lot about the culture around them. One thing I particularly love that I'm also involved in, every parent is involved in, is the whole school has a morning meeting. All the kids, now I've seen this, so that way I'm like telling you how it is. You go in, the kids go in, everyone gets free breakfast and lunch and snack at school. They go in, they're eating their breakfast, and then as everyone's eating, the one full-time teacher, principal, is going over, hey, here's what's happening within the school. Here's these upcoming things we have. I believe they're working on like a Washington, D.C. visit for the older kids. And so they're like, here's what's going on in the school. And then they open the floor. Anybody got anything they want to talk about? Now, don't tell your kids stuff you don't want said at the, you know how kids talk. But they do this whole morning meeting thing. And then whenever the morning meeting is done, it's all on an email, and all the parents receive the email of what was talked about in the morning meeting. I don't know. I like feeling involved in that way, because obviously with homeschool, like, this was a huge letting go of my kids and putting them into the system or whatever. But it's been great, and I like that involvement. Funny sidebar, the school does have 2 class pets, and they're 2 guinea pigs. And if there's a long holiday, a long weekend, anything of the sort, someone has to take the guinea pigs home. I'm not sure if we'll ever be able to, because we have 2 cats, and I don't want to kill the school pets. But they do have school pets here. And last but not least, the school has a greenhouse, but they won't be using obviously during winter. But if you are one of the snowbirds who lives here in our small town and you go down south, you can bring all your plants to the school, and the kids will take care of them for them all winter long. I just think that's the coolest thing. Cause like, they're talking about, yeah, so-and-so brought, my kids were telling me, they're like, so-and-so brought all of her plants here, and now we're all taken care of. So I thought that was really cool. And then speaking of plants, they also grow their own vegetables inside the school for their lunches and stuff. Like, they grew lettuce last year, some other types of greens, but the biggest one everyone loved was fresh lettuce all the time. And the kids grow it. The elementary school kids help primarily take care of it, water it, all that. But yeah, I would say remote school definitely has a remote Alaska school. There's a sense of community for sure, and it definitely aligned with all of our homeschool values. It's still considered a public school, but their curriculum and things they're teaching, we just really enjoy it, obviously, because we're letting them go. But yeah, it's going good.